A sample of ammonium phosphate contains 6 gram atoms of hydrogen. 6 gram atoms of hydrogen. So find the number of moles of oxygen atoms in the sample. Find the number of moles of oxygen atoms in the sample. I am giving some time to you. Please solve yourself. So wait a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. After that, I am going to explain this topic. They explain this problem. So please solve yourself. Give me answer. Dear boys, I am waiting for you. I want your answer. Yes, correct. Aditya, good. Correct. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now I am going to explain. Now I am going to explain. Okay, stop that. A sample of ammonium phosphate. A sample of ammonium phosphate. What is the formula for ammonium phosphate? That is, ammonium means NH4 plus ion. Phosphate is PO3.
This is ammonium phosphate.
So
Okay, boys. Is my voice is coming? My voice is coming or not? Please give me a response. Okay, thank you. Sorry for delay. Ammonium phosphate. This is the formula. Now, ammonium phosphate. 1 mole ammonium phosphate contains 4 into 3, 12 gram atoms, because hydrogen is there. 1 mole ammonium phosphate contains 12 gram atoms. 12 gram atoms. Okay. So here that is how many moles of oxygen atoms are required. So same 1 mole contains 4 moles oxygen atoms. 4 moles oxygen atoms present in 1 mole. Same 1 mole contains 12 gram atoms. Mole or gram atom both are same. So that means 4 mole oxygen contains 12 gram atoms of hydrogen. 12 gram atoms. So he gave that is 6 gram atoms. 6 gram atoms of hydrogen has how many oxygen atoms? So apply class it is exactly down half. Now it is half. Now the answer is 2. Now the answer is 2. Okay. So this is the simplest way. Very, very important. Now, second one, next problem. A sample of FeO and Fe2O3 contains equal mass of oxygen. Equal mass of oxygen. Then find the mass ratio. Then find the mass ratio of iron. The mass ratio of iron in these two samples. So mass ratio of iron in these two samples. Yes, it is 3 raised to 2, correct? Okay, good. Good, good. A sample of iron and Fe2O3 contains iron, that is FeO and Fe2O3 contains equal mass of oxygen. Equal mass of oxygen. So that means here 3 oxygen atoms are there. Now I am going to equalize those oxygen atoms. That's why here I am going to multiply with 3 to equalize these oxygen. Now here 3 Fe atoms, here 2 Fe atoms, here 3 oxygen atoms, here 3 oxygen atoms. That means oxygen atoms are equal. Now what is the weight ratios? Yes, mass ratio. So that means, so it is a 3 that is 3 into 56. It is 2 into 56. Now the ratio of iron is 3:2. Simple. Simple one. I am going to equalize those oxygen atoms. Now automatically iron ratios are I'm going to find out. Next. From the mixture, containing 40 grams SO3 and Na molecules of SO3 and 8.8 grams of CO. 8.8 grams of CO. All the oxygen atoms are removed and used to form ozone. Find the total moles of O3 form, ozone form. Waiting for you. Please avoid your personal chat here. Please avoid. Wrong. 2 is wrong. 1.5 also wrong. 3 is wrong. Please avoid your personal chat here. Wrong. Try it, please. Do yourself. Three by 4, wrong. Just divide the problem and solve it. So 3 by 3.95, all these are wrong. All these are wrong. Forty grams SO3. 40 grams SO3. Na molecules of SO2. Na molecules of SO2. 8.8 grams of CO. First of all, convert these three terms into moles. Small n. Quick. Send your answers. 2.7 wrong. 1.3. Yes, correct, Nandu. Okay, I'm going to explain here. 40 grams SO3. Convert this one into moles. Weight is given. This is molecule. Weight by molecular weight. Molecular weight of SO3 is how much? Sulfur 32, 3 oxygens 48. That is 40 by 80. It is 1 by 2, 0.5 mole. 0.5 mole. Okay. Next. Na molecules, nothing but Avogadro number. So SO2 means Avogadro number of molecules is equal to 1 mole. Therefore, 1 mole SO2. 0.5 moles SO2. Next, 8.8 grams CO2. 8.8 grams CO2 means 8.85 CO2 molecular weight 44. So 8.8 by 44, how much? So by 10 is 2, 0.2 mole of CO2. So these are the number of moles with respect to substances. Next, all the oxygen atoms are removed. So here, 1 mole SO3 contains 3 moles oxygen atoms. So 0.5 moles contains, therefore, here number of oxygen atoms is equal to 3 into 0.5, which is equal to 3 by 2. Sorry. 1 by 5, 1 by 2, 3 into 1 by 2. So 3, 1.5. That is 1.5. Next, 1.5 moles of oxygen is there. It is for oxygen. Here 1 mole SO2. 1 mole SO2 contains 2 moles oxygen. Here 0.2 moles CO2 means, so 0.4 mole oxygen. 0.4 mole oxygen. Okay. Now total oxygen is equal to that 1.5 plus 2 plus 0.4. That is equal to 3.5, 3.9 moles. Oxygen is there. 3.9 moles oxygen is there. Now this oxygen is entirely converted into O3. That means 3 moles oxygen gives 1 mole O3. 3 moles oxygen gives 1 mole O3. Here 3.9 oxygen gives how many moles? How many moles? That is 1.3 moles. O3 is formed. Okay, that is 1.3 moles O3 is formed. So simple. All formula already discussed yesterday. Just those are used here. Just those are used here, please. So see, weight by molecular weight is equal to moles. 1 mole contains 3 oxygen atoms. That much moles contains how many atoms? Oxygen atoms. That is 1.5 moles. Okay. Na, Avogadro number of molecules are nothing but 1 mole. 1 mole SO2 is there. 1 mole SO2 contains 2 moles oxygen atoms. 1 mole SO2 contains 2 moles oxygen atoms. Next, 8.8 grams CO2 means weight by molecular weight 0.2 moles. So 1 mole CO2 contains 2 oxygen atoms. That is 0.2 moles contains 0.4 moles. Altogether, the number of moles of oxygen is 3.9 moles. So 3 oxygen atoms gives 1 mole O3. These 3.9 oxygen atoms gives 1.3 moles of O3. 1.3 moles of O3. Okay. So this is very clear. It is very clear. So now the answer is 1.3. Next one. Find out the number of molecules of water in 1.26 milligrams of H2C2O4 2H2O. Find out the number of moles of water in 1.26 milligrams of H2C2O4 2H2O. That is called as oxalic acid. The common name for this one is oxalic acid. In clear, hydrated oxalic acid. Hydrated oxalic acid. Right? You want to find out number of molecules of water. First, find out how many moles of oxalic acid is there. How many moles of oxalic acid? Find it is in milligrams. Converts it into grams. So first calculate number of moles. 1 mole contains 2 moles water molecules. 1 mole contains 2 moles water molecules. This much moles contains how many water molecules? How many moles water molecules? Then those moles converts into molecules. I am waiting for you. Waiting for you. Please solve yourself. That improves your strength. 0.02 wrong. Moles? Moles 0.02 moles wrong. Wrong. Yes, moles wrong. Wrong. 2 into 10 power 5 moles. So that's correct. 2 into 10 power minus 5. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. 2 into 10 power minus 5, correct. Exactly. Okay, see here. You want to calculate molecules. Molecules means small n into capital N. Okay. First of all, calculate number of moles. So now, what is the molecular weight? Gram molecular weight of this substance. Gram molecular weight of this substance. That means hydrogen 2, carbon 24, 2 into next oxygen 16, 4 16. That is 64. Each water has 18. 2 into 18. That is 36. Altogether, it gives 126. That is 126. Now, this much weight, this one converts into number of moles. So, weight 1.26 into 10 power minus 3 grams. This is also in grams because it is gram molecular weight by 126. That is equal to 10 power minus 5 moles of H2C2O4 2H2O exists. 10 power minus 5 moles of H2C2O4 2H2O exists. Okay, but he want to calculate water molecules. Now, 1 mole H2C2O4 2H2O contains 2 mole H2O. 2 mole H2O. This 10 power minus 5 moles contains how many moles of water? that is 2 into 10 power minus 5 moles. 2 into 10 power minus 5 moles. But he don't ask that moles. He asked molecules. Now we get n value. Therefore, number of water molecules is equal to small n into capital N. That is 2 into 10 power minus 5 into Na. That is number of molecules. So 2 into 10 power minus 8, 10 power minus 5 Na. That is the number of water molecules present in this quantity of sample. This quantity of sample. Okay. So see once again. Now first of all I find out the number of moles. Now that much number of moles, actually we know 1 mole contains 2 moles water. This much moles contains this much moles of water molecules. But we want molecules. So molecules is equal to small n into capital N. Small n is 2 into 10 power minus 5. Now number of molecules is equal to 2 into 10 power minus n into 10 power minus 5 into capital N. Okay, is this clear? Now next one. Next one. Na2CO3 XH2O. Very important. Na2CO3 XH2O on heating losses its 63% weight and becomes anhydrous. Then X is equal to how much? Most important problem. Very important. Solve. Anhydrous means loss of water. That means if this water is going to lose, now it has only Na2CO3. This simple Na2CO3 without water is called as anhydrous substance. Yes, 10 correct. Correct. So generally Na2CO3 10H2O we know. Based on that, this calculation is wrong. It is not NaH2O. So, dear Karthik, did you calculate this one? Or going to just a lottery? Karthik, is this lottery? Trial and error? Or calculating? Yes, correct is absolutely. 10 is absolutely correct. Okay. See here, listen carefully. Formula wise it is wrong. Formula wise it is wrong, my dear boys. No doubt, all we know very well. That is Na2CO3, 10H2O we know very well, but not always 10 during in these calculations. But luckily, here it is 10. Luckily, here it is 10. Sometimes it may be other than 10. So that's why don't going to try. Just so please solve it. Please solve it. We know very well it is Na2CO3 10H2. But sometimes during calculations that may be other 10. Unexpectedly the value here also 10. That's why we are all correct. So please see here how to solve this problem. Listen carefully. Here 63% is given to you. What is the meaning of 63%? 63 by 100. 63. It losses 63%. Losses. So that means when this compound is going to heat, it converts into Na2CO3 and XH2. This is loss. This is loss. What is going out? Now this Na2CO3 is called as anhydrous substance. Anhydrous substance. That means if we take this compound 100 grams from this 63 grams loss. From this 63 grams loss. So that means the lost weight is equal to water weight. Because last one is water. Because last one is water. The weight loss is equal to, that is 63 grams among 100 grams, it is water weight. That means this 100 grams contains 100 minus 63 grams Na2CO3. Among this 100 grams, 63 grams is lost, means that is corresponds to water weight. So that is 63 grams water, and 100 minus 63, how much is this value? That is 37. Sorry. 37, yes. 37 grams Na2CO3. It is anhydrous. Up to this, is this clear? Up to this, is this clear? Because it is percentage, I am taking 100. If that 100 grams of this total substance is going to heat, 63 grams loss because percentage. 63. The loss weight is equal to water weight and remaining weight is equal to anhydrous. That means 37 grams anhydrous Na2CO3 has 63 grams water. 37 grams Na2CO3 has 63 grams water. Okay. Next. Actually, Na2CO3 weight is how much? Because it is 1 mole, it is X moles. 1 mole Na2CO3 means 106 grams. 106 grams Na2CO3 contains how much is the weight? 106 grams. Why it is taken as 106? Because it is Na2CO3X. That means Na2CO3 anhydrous moles is 1 mole, it is X moles. Now I am going to calculate 1 mole Na2CO3. 1 mole Na2CO3 is equal to gram molecular weight. That is 106 grams Na2CO3. Na2CO3, this much is how much? That is 63 into 106 by 37 grams. So 63 into 106 by 37. This is altogether the value is 180.486 grams. It is roughly taken as 180 grams. That is the weight of water. Now we are going to calculate number of moles, X moles. This value is nothing but moles. That is 180 by 18. Water molecular weight is 18. So that is equal to 10 moles water. Now the value of X is 10. Now the value of X is 10. Okay, that is the formula. So most of the times, maybe the formula is remained or not sometimes. So, but this is the simplest way. That is 100 is 63. 63 minus 100 is anhydrous part. That 63 is hydrated part. 106 has how much? That is converted to molecular weight. So it is the simplest way to calculate it without any formula. Without, because in our chemistry, physics, and mathematics, number of formulas you are going to learn. So among all those, sometimes during exams, now we are automatically lost in some formulas. So maybe that way. That's why I'm going theoretically. That is why I'm going theoretically here. Okay. Please explain last step. What is that? This is. See here. This is 1 mole Na2CO3 contains X moles water. On heating, this is 63% loss. The last one is totally water. So because it is percentage, 100 grams contains 63 grams water and remaining part is anhydrous part. That means anhydrous Na2CO3 contains, that is 37 grams contains 63 grams water. Okay, but we are going to calculate for 1 mole Na2CO3. 1 mole Na2CO3 means 106 grams. 1 mole Na2CO3 means 106 grams. So 106 grams contains how many? That this much 180 grams. That 180 grams, we don't want the weight of the water, right? That is number of moles we want required. Okay. So that is a 180 by 1080. Someone is asked, that's why I am going to repeat it. Don't wait. That is 180 by 80. That is a 10 moles. Okay. So next. Next one. Equal weight of S2, S4, S6 and S8 are present in different flasks. Full stop. Find the ratio of number of atoms of sulfur. Find the ratio of number of moles of sulfur. Sorry, number of moles of sulfur on each flask. Give me the ratio. Equal weights. Wrong. Different afterwards. One wrong. Different. Flask. Wrong. Who give that 1:1:1:1? Who is that? 1:1:1:1. Pravish, good, correct. Now the answer is Okay. See here. Here the technical word is equal weight of all these. All these are equal. That means if 1 gram of this one is taken, automatically all these are 1 grams. Let it be. Let it be. Because all those are equal. So that's why I am going to take 1 gram of each one. 1 gram of each one. Okay. So now moles order. Moles ratio is good. Now I am going to take moles ratio. That is first one. It is S2, S4, S6 and S8. Moles means weight by molecular weight. Weight by molecular weight. Here it is 1 gram. Molecular weight 2 into 32. Each sulfur has 32. Is to 1 by 4 into 32. Is to 1 by 6 into 32. Is to 1 by 8 into 32. This is moles ratio. This is moles ratio. Okay. Now I am going to take atoms ratio. Now I am going to take first of all molecules ratio. Molecules means small n into capital N. This is N. Molecules ratio is small n into capital N. Small n because these are small n into capital N. That is n by 2 into 32. These are molecules ratio. N by 4 into 32. N by 6 into 32. N by 8 into 32. These are molecules. Now atoms ratio. Atoms ratio means small n into capital N into atomicity. Into atomicity. Now apply it. Atomicity of this S2 is 2. 2n by 2 into 30 is to 4n by 4 into 32 is to 6n by 6 into 32 is to 8n by 8 into 30. This is altogether, this is atoms ratio. So now 1 by 32 is to 1 by 32 is to 1 by 30. So altogether the value is 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Okay, will come. Okay, easy or not? So every formula I'm going to discuss yesterday. I discussed yesterday. So just application. Now, the last one for today's class, that is problematic part. Once again, I am going to discuss that is one of those significant figures. Once again, most of the students ask me, please repeat it, sir. That's right. So in smallest way, simplest way, I am going to discuss once again. Find the total number of electrons, and total charge in first question, 1 gram of Al3 plus ion, and second question B, 1 gram ion of Al3 plus. Okay. So complete first one. First solve A value. Please tell me the value of A. One gram of Al3 plus ion. How many? There is total number of electrons and total charge. Tell me. Fast. 24n by 27. Wrong. Wrong. 10n by 27. Yes, that is number of electrons, correct? 10n by 27. 10n by 27. Capital N. Now, how much is the charge? Now, find out the charge. Now, I want charge. Not 26, it is 27. Okay, see here. 1 gram of Al3 plus. Find out the number of moles. Number of moles is equal to weight by ion weight. Weight is how much? 1. So ion weight is atom weight is 27. It is 1 by 27 number of atoms. So that is number of ions. Now that is number of moles. Now number of ions of Al3 plus is equal to, that is small n into capital N. Small n into capital, that is 1 by 27 into capital N. N by 27. This much ions are there. Now, 1 ion of Al3 plus contains 10 electrons. 1 ion of Al3 plus contains 10 electrons. Why, sir? Aluminum atomic number 13. That means actually 13 electrons are there. Because of this plus 3 charge, 3 electrons are lost. 13 minus 3, that is 10 electrons. So now, how many? That is 1 ion has Al3 plus 10 electrons. So now total electrons is equal to 1 by 27 into n into 10. That is equal to 10n by 27. This is the total number of electrons. Total number of electrons. 5 by 13 Faraday. Wrong. 5 by 13 Faraday. Wrong. Okay. So this is first part. That is the number of electrons I counted here. Now he also asked the total charge. Total charge. We know Al after losing 3 electrons gives 3 plus and 3 electrons. So that means 3 electrons means 3 moles of electrons. 1 mole aluminum releases 3 moles of electrons. That means 1 mole Al, 1 mole. 1 mole Al3 plus contains lost 3 moles of electrons lost. 3 moles of electrons means 3 Faraday because 1 mole electrons is equal to 1 Faraday. 3 moles electrons is equal to 3 Faraday. That means 1 mole Al3 plus has 3 Faraday charge. Now we have how many moles? 1 by 27 moles are there. 1 by 20. That is 1 by 27 moles. Al3 plus has how much charge? That is 3 into 3 by 27 Faraday charge is available. That is 1 by 9 Farad. 1 by 9 Farad. 1 by 9 Farad. See here. Aluminium losses 3 electrons and converts into Al plus. 1 mole aluminium losses 3 moles of electrons. That means it has plus 3 charge. So that means 1 mole aluminium has 3 moles loss in 3 because of loss in 3 moles of electrons. 1 mole electrons has 1 Faraday charge. 3 moles electrons have 3 Faraday charge. That means 1 mole Al plus 3 has 3 Faraday charge. Already I calculated number of moles of Fe plus 3. Number of moles of Fe plus 3 already I calculated here. That is how many moles? 1 by 27. 1 mole contains 3 Faraday charge. 1 by 27 contains how much charge? That is 1 by 9 Faraday. That is 1 by 9 Faraday. So now I completed A. Now you solve number of electrons into charge. So number of electrons into charge means already in your mole concept, 1 mole is equal to 1 Faraday. Already I discussed that yesterday class also. Already I discussed that. Okay, 1 mole is equal to 1 Faraday. Here 3 moles is equal to 3 Faraday. 3 moles is equal to 3 Faraday. Okay. See here. So solve your second one. It is a gram ion, just like gram atom, gram molecule. It is a gram ion. That's enough. All are same. Solve that one. Express in terms of F. F, 1F, 2F, 1 by 2F, something else. In terms of F. Now, 1 gram ion means 1 mole. 1 gram atom means 1 mole. 1 gram ion means 1 mole. 1.3 are wrong. 1 gram ion is equal to 1 mole. 1 mole Al plus 3 is taken here. 1 mole Al plus 3 is taken. That means, so now I am going to explain B part. So that is 1 gram ion is equal to 1 mole. 1 gram ion is equal to 1 mole. Now, 1 mole Al3 plus means plus 3. That is 3 Faraday charge. Because 3 moles of electrons are lost, 3 moles of electrons is equal to 3 Faraday charge. So now, first of all, I calculate the charge. 3 Faraday charge. Now calculate number of electrons. Number of electrons is equal to small n into capital N into number of electrons. So because it is 1 mole, small n is equal to 1. So capital N into number of electrons in one species. One species. Aluminum has how many electrons? 10 electrons. That is 10. Now 10 n electrons are existing. 10n electrons are exist. Now higher number of electrons is equal to 10. 10n. Charge is a 3-pad. Charge is a 3-pad. This is charge calculation, something else. So, boys, these are different formulas, different problems based on yesterday's mole concepts. So this is very important. 1 gram ion is equal to 1 mole. Yes, correct. 1 gram atom is equal to 1 mole. 1 gram molecule is equal to 1 mole. 1 gram atom is equal to 1 mole. Similarly, 1 gram ion is equal to 1.